Now, we all know the pandemic has made life hard for many people around the world. I mean, whether it's the loss of a job, difficulty with finding ways to provide for your family, or even worse, dealing with the death of a loved one. We can all use a little uplifting, so every now and then we have to check in on our real fam to let them know we see you. Joining us now is Denise and her daughter, Janicia, from Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. Now, Denise, for the past 3 years, you've been grieving the loss of your husband and your mother. Can you share what happened?
Yes. In 2017, my husband, he developed food poisoning. He was also dealing with some other health issues. So each day it was like when we went to the hospital, organ was shutting down. He complained that his stomach was hurting like really bad to the point where he couldn't stand it. And when we got to the ER, they came in and they told us that his kidneys were actually failing and he did have food poisoning. And they were gonna take him up to ICU and keep him and start him on dialysis. And so I went up there with my kids and, we told him that we love him. And I was like, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll come and visit you. And that night I received a phone call from the doctor saying that my husband had a heart attack and to get to the hospital. And I didn't tell my kids. I got up and I drove myself to the hospital and they had him on the breathing machine. My husband, he passed away. And after that time, I just becoming a single mother of 5 kids was very hard. I had to pull myself out of bed each day to care for my children. And I was also caring for my mother, who was also going through some health issues, who was elderly. 3 months later, my mother ended up passing away. I had talked to her the night before. I had an interview the next day. And she looked at me and she said, do you want to come before your interview or after your interview? And I said, I'll see you after my interview. And on my way to my interview, my niece called me and she was crying hysterically.
Denise, what you're saying is very painful, and we give our true condolences to you and the family. But it's also important for you to take time to grieve. Have you allowed yourself, because it doesn't sound like you've allowed yourself to grieve?
I have not grieved. What I did was I pushed my grieving process to the side in order to make sure that my kids are okay and just to do everything else that I needed to step up and do since losing my husband. So no, I have not been able to grieve.
Oh my God. I just hearing that you're a mom to 5 children. How are they doing amidst all this?
Well, this is my oldest right here, Janicia. And my 2 older girls, they've had a really hard time. My boys, they kind of shut down and they don't talk very much because they were daddy's boys. And my 8-year-old, she comes to me and sometimes she will say, like, I miss daddy. I really miss daddy. And I tell her, I know you do. I know you do. And we have a special place in our house, and it's a shelf where we have my husband's ashes, and we have pictures of him and pictures of my mom. And I tell her, you can go there anytime, and you can say a prayer, and you can talk to them, and you can light a candle.
Janicia, as your mom's oldest child, how are you coping with everything?
I was actually in school, in college, and it was actually hard financially. So I moved back home just to be closer to my mom and my siblings. I just want to make sure they're okay, and I try to support my mom in every way that I can. I'm always really worried about her.
Sounds like you guys have a great family bond. Denise, how has your life changed after your husband's passing?
It's changed a lot. Going from two incomes to one income has been really hard financially, and trying to care for the kids. Right now, I have a broken vehicle, and Janicia is so sweet. She lets me use her vehicle. I've actually was working as a CNA, and I had went down to a caregiver since the pandemic started. And yes, I went from 25 hours to 40, from 40 hours to 25 hours. And so it's been really, really hard.
You know, Denise, we know that money can't heal a broken heart. We are so sorry for everything that's happened. And when it comes to paying the bills, we just want to help you out a little bit. We're going to give you $5,000. We hope that that can help you all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you so much.
To do
Thank
a
you,
little
guys.
something to help you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
I hope
Thank
will-
you.
Yeah, we hope
Thank
that,
you.
and we hope that you can do a little something for yourself in the healing process, Denise. It's
Yes,
very, very
please.
important. I know that you have the children, and I know it's a pandemic, but, Janicia, maybe if you can watch the other kids and let mom have a little time to herself, I think that will really help her, because you have to grieve. You really, really do.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
Of course.
You are quite
Denise,
welcome.
Welcome.
Our prayers are with you. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please stay strong and know that you will get through this, and we will always be here for you.